Hello everybody, my name is Jai, and in today's video we are doing another Trainz a New Era video finally. Sorry it's been a while. Like I said in my last, well not last, but in my 300 subscriber special video, which if you haven't seen it, you should check it out, because I've given some of you guys some shout outs. So let me turn it down a bit. So anyway, today we are going to be looking at the Trainz a New Era Flying Scotsman from Edinburgh to Newcastle mission today. I literally just purchased this today, of today's recording, which is on the 4th of May. So that's when I got it. In particular, I got this because it has the Flying Scotsman in it. The mission itself seems pretty cool because you get not just the Flying Scotsman, you get some other new locos with it as well, including some new rolling stock and other things like that. The map is the basic BR map that you get in Trainz a New Era, nothing too special. The developers even said that it's only like about the trains, and it's not really about the map. But anyway, if you want, you can read the text down there for what it says. But it's meant to be based out in the between the 1920s and 30s, and what it means is that everyone's excited to see the Flying Scotsman. We've got to be stopping at all stations, and it goes for about 4 hours. So yeah, it goes for a while. So without any further ado, and keep my mouth quiet, let's get this mission started up. I'll see you after the boring loading. Alright, it's finally loaded up here. Obviously I'm going to choose standard mode, as I usually do.
What an exciting opportunity. You'll be driving the Flying Scotsman all the way to Newcastle, making many passenger stops along the way. Be sure to obey all the track signals, messages and navigation points throughout your journey. Many fans have made their way to Edinburgh to see the Flying Scotsman. Make sure you don't disappoint them as you leave the station. A few toots of your horn should see some smiles light up.
Okay, so as you can see, we are now in the Flying Scotsman. So he said to do some tooting, so that's what I'll do. So well, let's have a look at her, shall we? Look at that! Doesn't she look beautiful? That's the Flying Scotsman, alright. So, with my understanding, this is going to take... excuse me. This will take a while, because from Edinburgh to Newcastle, that's like about probably around 2.5 hours, but because we've got to stop at every station, it's actually going to take a little bit longer than that. So anyway, here are what the carriages look like, if you can see. They look pretty nice, don't they? Unfortunately, I did test them and you can't look in any of them, which is a bit upsetting. Okay, let me just turn down a bit. Yeah. I'll look inside the cab. Which I will admit, the cab looks kind of standard, doesn't it? Doesn't look too special, but that's alright.
Throughout this journey, we'll be going over the history of the London and North Eastern Railway in the Greasley Class A1, the Flying Scotsman. The new Pacific locomotives were built at the Doncaster plant in 1922 to the design of Nigel Greasley, who had become a chief mechanical engineer of the GNR in 1911. The intention was to produce an engine able to handle, without assistance, mainline express services that were reaching the limits of the capacity of the large boiler Atlantics. Greasley's initial Pacific project of 1915 was for an elongated version of the Ironman Atlantic design with 4 cylinders. Finally realizing that he was in a design impasse, he took as a model the new American Pennsylvania Railroad Class K4 Pacific in 1914. This in turn had been updated from a series of prototypes significantly developed in 1910 under Francis J. Cole, Elco's chief consulting engineer, and the Pennsylvania K29 Elco prototype of 1911, also designed by Cole. Descriptions of these locomotives appeared in the British technical press at the time and gave Greasley the elements necessary to design a thoroughly up-to-date locomotive.
Right, so that's quite interesting. Alright, so we can go 80 miles an hour now. So, as you would expect, I am going to be cutting this to a lot of different episodes. I am planning every 20 minutes or so. We can end the video every 20 minutes. Because obviously, I don't want it to go for much more than 20 to 30 minutes. Because obviously, no one really wants to watch it for, you know, for 4 hours just straight. So I think it's better if I do cut it to a few episodes. How many will it be? I don't know. I'm hoping only about 10, but if I'm doing every 20 minutes, it might be a few more than that. But I can promise you one thing is that I am going to be getting to Newcastle one way or another, no matter what, even if that means I have to start the entire mission again. Yeah, doesn't she look beautiful? Like I said, unfortunately you can't look in the carriages, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, I hate how it does that. So yeah, we've got quite a few carriages too. So we're going to be stopping at all stations as well. From Edinburgh to Newcastle. So in this little pack as well, you, like I said at the start of the video, you get the Flying Scotsman and obviously these new pieces of rolling stock, which I quite like. But you also get a few other locos. As you saw at the start, we saw a couple new looking GWR locos. And you get a few pieces of new rolling stock with it as well. So that's pretty cool. A little bit faster. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the 5 points today, but if I do, then that'll be honestly quite surprising. Because knowing me, I'm not really ever on time. I can go a little bit faster. So I think we're getting sort of close to our first station. Well, we're doing about 79 in an 80, so that's not too bad. Just want to quickly just see how far are we. Oh, we're actually quite far away, so we don't need to worry about it yet. Oh, we just hit 80. Alright. We're doing 80 mile an hour now. I'm going to just start slowing down. Yep. There we go. So if we have a look on the side, yeah, it looks quite cool on the side, doesn't it? The carriages look very nice as well. They pretty much all look the same, sort of. Alright. Alright, start slowing down because we're getting close. Sorry about that, that annoying noise. It's my chair, if you can hear it. Let them know that we're coming. At our first station. Let's think about it. It's gonna, I think it says there's about 10 or 12 stations we've got to stop at. And I'm kind of worried because I'm probably going to miss a heap of them. Honestly, there won't be one video that where I'll actually miss a train station, that I can guarantee you. So again, here's our first stop. And stop. Right. Wait for the focus and all that, yeah. So, what do you think? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Unfortunately, the entire train didn't fit, but, well, as you can see, we've got heaps of people on, or looking at us. Alright. All people are aboard. Right, let's get moving. We've got another train coming. This will be one of the new locos you get. That's coming up now. As you'll see in a minute.
1470 Great Northern. In 1471, Sir Frederick Banbury were introduced in 1922. The Great Northern Board ordered a further 10 1470 class locomotives, which were under construction at the Doncaster at the time of the formation of the London and North Eastern Railway in 1923. In line with the philosophy behind Cole's Elco prototypes, the Greasley Pacifics were built to the maximum limits of the LNER loading gauge, with a large boiler and wide firebox giving a large grate area. The firebox was set low and rested on the trailing carrying axle. However, unlike the Pennsylvania K4, the firebox was not of the flat-topped bell pad variety, but a rounded-topped one that was in line with the Great Northern tradition. Features in common with the American types were the downward profile towards the back of the firebox and the boiler tapering towards the front. Heat transfer and the flow of gases were helped by use of a combustion chamber extending forward from the firebox space into the boiler barrier, along with a boiler tube length limited to 19 feet or 5.8 meters. Features inherited from the K4 type but not present on the earlier Cole prototypes. The boiler pressure was rated at 180 pounds per square inch.
Let's get a little shot of her, shall we? Awesome. Alright, we're getting close to our next station. All those people there just for the Flying Scotsman. Let's watch the people get on, shall we? Okay. Alright, let's get moving.